Yeah, yeah. Actually, this is a great point that Jordan Peterson makes. Actually, his like one of his things that I think he's sort of known for is this idea of uh, he calls it like clean your room,
Oh yeah.
right? So like, how do you get your life in order? Like, if your life is all messed up, and his advice basically is clean your room. And the point that he's essentially making is like if you're in that state where you're sort of stuck, you can't get off the couch, like just do something. Like put some small part of your life in order. So literally like your room, like make your bed, pick up your clothes, whatever it is, clean your room. And if you can do that, you sort of start to gain momentum. It's the same idea in finance actually about paying down debts. There's two different ways. There's called the snowball method or the avalanche method. The
Hmm.
avalanche method is literally just pay down your highest percent debt. It's like the mathematically most beneficial way. But the snowball method is thought to be more successful because its whole thing is find the smallest debt you have, regardless of interest rate. It's not forget the math and just pay it off. And by doing that, you gain some small win, right? And you build. It's about building momentum, like the snowball rolling down the hill. The same thing with like cleaning your room. There's something psychological about being human that if you can put two pieces together, like you feel good about yourself in some way, like you've done something. So I mean, it's hard. It's still hard. It's still hard to make that decision to get off the couch.
Yeah.
But um, so what I mean, the times that I think I've had the most success is sort of related to that, where I try it. Like, let me like, okay, I don't need to break out my ladder right now and like get on my roof and do like whatever, but just go do something, something small, like go take out the trash or something. And then you start getting those wins. You're like, oh, like now I actually feel like undertaking something. Like it's a very weird experience.
Yeah. 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 And I mean, I can definitely relate. I've been there too. And I think I get into spaces less often, maybe even rarely now. And I attribute that to just momentum. I guess just, the snowball effect. Because I mean, like way back when, I could spend days in bed just sleeping. Like I didn't feel like getting up. I get up and, go use the restroom or something, or eat a little bit of food and go back to sleep. Um,
Yeah.
so I just didn't feel like doing anything. But now, like, I can't really lay in bed much beyond my usual time of waking up because I start getting antsy. Like I want to go do stuff. And I think it's just like I have a pretty established routine.
Mm.
There's still some flexibility in it. It's not like, super uh, rigid, but like I always have something like the next thing, like I know what I'm going to be working on, at least in general, next, like whether it's, having that morning cup of coffee, or, going and brushing my teeth, or, taking the dog for a walk, or, sitting down and getting to work, or whatever it is. Like I always know what is going to come next, like the next phase of the day. So, and I've built enough variety into it, I think, where I still like, obviously when I'm working, I'm concentrating and I get in those flow states. And then, I'm like out walking the dog or whatever, and like getting some exercise, or, tidying up around the house. So like, or just spending time with the family,
Hmm.
getting that aspect in too. So I think it's like having engineered like a kind of well balanced, for me, routine. And it's sort of like we're talking about automating. Like I've kind of automated that foundation to an extent where I don't really have to think about it because it's just it's built into my habits at this point.
Hmm.
So yeah, so then I'm freed up to be focusing on whatever it is that's I'm working on or working towards for each of those aspects, even if it's just like taking a walk and thinking about whatever current events I was reading about, or ideas, or talking to wife or kids, or so yeah, I think there is something, as far as I wouldn't say like controlling, but maybe engineering is the best word, like kind of setting up your external circumstances to help like push your internal state and maintain it to where you want it to be.